Hello and welcome to the Voice of Todd. I'm Tom, and today I thought we'd take a quick look at the announcements that came out on Thursday night over here for the new Disney Plus Star Wars TV shows, movies. Quite a few things were announced. I know some of them, I've not really looked into it, I've not had the chance, but let's take a quick look. I am here on techradar.com. I will put a link to the article below if you want to take a look at it yourself. But let's just jump straight in and see what goods Disney's throwing at us to continue the Star Wars success, I guess, of the Disney Plus series. Picture of Baby Yoda and Grogu and Ahsoka there. 10 Star Wars shows in the next few years, apparently. Mandalorian Season 3, I think that was inevitable. I think they've actually announced 3 and 4, haven't they? This is The Mandalorian. That isn't a picture of The Mandalorian. That's actually Boba Fett, who is stealing the show for me. But yeah, no surprise there. Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are doing excellent work, so that's fine. Don't think there's any surprise on an Ahsoka announcement either. Sure, we'll see Rosario Dawson reprise her memorable role as Jedi. She's not a Jedi. As Ahsoka Tano. Originally debuting in the Clone Wars animated series, Ahsoka has made a thrilling move to live-action TV in the episode The Jedi. Her appearance in Mando suggests she will be on the hunt for the still-living Grand Admiral Thrawn. And it looks like Disney's trying to do continuation for Star Wars Rebels, the animated show, which Dave Filoni did after Clone Wars. It's expected the show will touch upon the epilogue of Rebels, which saw Ahsoka and character Sabine Wren looking for the character Ezra Bridger, who disappeared in the weirdest way ever on Thrawn's ship with weird space whales and tentacles and a very unpressurized bridge that would have killed them both as soon as they entered space. So I expect Thrawn and Ezra are both dead, and this is going to be a pointless series. I'm kidding. I'll watch it. Rosario Dawson did a good job. They could even, if they're bringing in Sabine, they could even look at bringing in more Bo-Katan, and more Katie Sackhoff is always a good thing. So yeah, fine. I have no problems with that. I will give that a go. Rangers of the New Republic. Another spin-off of The Mandalorian. Yeah, we've been seeing quite a bit of those two X-Wing pilots. Trapper Wolf, which is played by Filoni and Carson Teva, Paul Sung Hyung Lee. They were in chapter 10 of this season. I think they were in chapter 7 of season 1, the Prison Break episode. I don't know how you can make a series out of just those two, and as Dave Filoni will probably be directing and writing, I wouldn't expect him to star in it. I don't know how you would do that, but they obviously want to build into the sequel trilogy, which I'm not for. But yeah, I mean, if it's good, I'll give it a go. If it's as well written as Mando has been mostly throughout, it's quite strong, then yeah, I'll give it a go. This is the one that I've been waiting for a long time. I love Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan in the prequels. It just worked for me. He was the best thing about the prequels for me. Was old Ewan. He's not that old. So this was originally meant to be a film, then it was a series. I would prefer it to be a film, in all honesty, because I don't want them messing with stuff, which is what worries me here. The long-awaited Obi-Wan spin-off will feature the return of Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker, Darth Vader. I have no problem with Hayden Christensen coming back. I have no problem with there being some connection between Obi-Wan and Vader through the early years of Obi-Wan's existence on Tatooine. Says it's set 10 years after Revenge of the Sith. I do not think that Obi-Wan and Vader ever met, based on what I remember of A New Hope and the scene where they have their duel and Obi-Wan becomes one with the Force. If they're going to fuck around with that, I'm out. But for the minute, yes, I'm excited. Need to see more. Slightly worried, but excited. It says here that they have seen an image of Kenobi fighting Vader. I'm not up for that. I'm really not up for that. Deborah Chow's done a couple of episodes of The Mandalorian. According to this one, they know more than me. They did The Sin and The Reckoning. Deborah Chow directed. She'd probably directed some of the best episodes of the season 1. She seems to be doing good work. I'm happy to put faith in her, but I am very worried about Kenobi and Vader meeting up. And I haven't read the comics. I don't know the stuff in between outside of the movies. That's all I'll say. Andor, we've known about this for a very long time as well. It's nice to know that they decided to take Cassian Andor's character and give him a show instead of it being Jyn Erso, because I just didn't connect with Jyn Erso. I quite like Cassian, and it gives us an excuse to get even more Alan Tudyk in K2, so that's fine. There is a trailer there. We will watch that at the end of this. We'll come back with a sizzle reel, see if it gives us anything. I don't really know what they can tell with this, because it has to be a prequel. And I think Rogue One made it pretty clear that there really wasn't a lot of big rebellion stuff going on. It was more espionage. So we'll see. Spy thriller, yeah, could be interesting. Star Wars Visions, a series of short films on Disney Plus to be composed of anime-style episodes made by acclaimed Japanese creators. Yeah, sounds good. Anime Star Wars. Yeah. This would result in a bunch of fresh new angles on the Star Wars universe. Similar, we suppose, to the Animatrix or Halo Legends. I quite enjoyed Halo Legends, and I think the Animatrix is... Well, the Animatrix is the reason I don't own the Matrix trilogy on Blu-ray, because I've not found one that has it included. The Animatrix was fantastic. So yeah, I'm always up for seeing some anime. I'm not big on anime, I don't know much about it, but everything I've seen I've really enjoyed. Taking on the Star Wars kind of idea, again, if it's done right, if it's written well, it could be really good. I hope it isn't pandery, and I hope it isn't, or it doesn't feel forced, would be my worry with Disney. But that could be really good, and they could do snapshots of all sorts. Just don't mess up the original canon that Lucas put down, please. The Acolyte. At the end of the recently debuted High Republic era of Star Wars, High Republic era looks stupid, by the way. The Acolyte comes from co-creator of Netflix's Russian Doll, Leslie Headland. Not seen Russian Doll, it is sort of on my list, but it's way down the list. It looked fun. I've heard good things. Not much has been said about the show by Kathleen Kennedy. Kathleen Kennedy did the presentation. I bet she was happy about that. Mystery thriller set in a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers. This High Republic sounds to me like the Old Republic. Just do the Old Republic. Give us a proper Old Republic. Actually, don't. Not with the regime at Disney being Kathleen Kennedy. She wouldn't do it justice. Past reports suggest that it's a female-centric show with some martial arts stuff. Yeah, fine with that. I have no problem if it's female-centric, but it's handled properly. Fine, and give me more martial arts. That's cool. But I don't really care for this because of that High Republic connection. The Bad Batch, they were in the Clone Wars spin-off of the Clone Wars. It's immediately set after Revenge of the Sith as the galaxy... What? It's immediately set after Revenge of the Sith as the galaxy is overwhelmed with changes and features the Mandalorian's Fennec Shard, who appears twice in its trailer. Now I'm interested. Oh, it's animated though, isn't it? I'd like to see more Fennec. Is Fennec that old? That might be interesting. We might watch that as well then, actually. I watched the episode The Bad Batch of Clone Wars Season 7, and I didn't take to them at all. In fact, I didn't watch any more Clone Wars. We'll see. Lando. An event series from writer Justin Simien. This show will focus on Lando. Although Donald Glover isn't confirmed, well, you need to get him confirmed. If Donald Glover's back, yeah, I'm all up for this. Donald Glover was excellent in Solo. Solo is a crap Star Wars film. It's a good action adventure film. It's a terrible Star Wars film. But that is because there is only one Han Solo to me, and it's always going to be Harrison Ford. Alden Ehrenreich didn't do a bad job. You have 40 years of expectations and people who love a certain character, and it's tough to change that. If he pops up in it, then yeah, fine. I'd watch Lando, especially with Donald Glover. If you don't get Donald Glover, I'd be worried about it. But Justin Simien probably has enough pull to get a good cast interested. So yeah, we'll see. Is all this stuff meant to be coming out in the next 2 years? Because there's a lot here for them to actually do, and people have other commitments. Now on to the movies that were announced. Rogue Squadron from Wonder Woman's Patty Jenkins. Patty Jenkins did a good job with Wonder Woman, actually. The first one was very good. I will be watching the second one. It's due out here in the UK in a couple of days. I do know it's going to be at my local cinema, which thankfully is just reopened after the lockdown. So we'll see how that turns out. But wait, hold on. Oh, it's the next theatrical release in canon after Rise of Skywalker. Okay. Rogue Squadron is coming 2023. Rogue Squadron is the name of Luke Skywalker's fighter pilots who fought in the Battle of Hoth and were formed after the Battle of Yavin. Rogue One is Wedge Antilles, right? So you've got to have Dennis Lawson in this somewhere. If you don't have Dennis Lawson in, I'm out. Even if he's just narrating his greatest hits of Rogue Squadron. Film will be about a new generation of fighter pilots as they earn their wings, risking their lives in a future era of the galaxy. So this is probably going to tie into the Rangers of the New Republic somehow, I would guess. This is a big book series in the EU. I've never read any of them, but again, I know Wedge is the main man in this. And Wedge is awesome. I love Wedge. But yeah, this has to be all about Wedge for me. You've got to have Wedge either training up a new squadron or whatever, but Wedge has to be in that. If he isn't, I'm probably out, but I'm open-minded. We'll give it till the trailer. See what we think then. We'll probably get a trailer in about 4 years. I don't imagine that'll be out in 2023. Maybe on Disney Plus. A droid story coming to Disney Plus, so they're already announcing big films for Disney Plus. Co-production between Industrial Light and Magic and Lucas Animation. Feature R2 and C-3PO alongside a new hero. Their mission, that's a secret, only the droids know. I don't care. Yeah, I don't care. I'm not a big lover of droids. C-3PO kind of bugs me a little bit. And he's meant to be that kind of character in it, and it works perfectly in the films. I don't care for this. Taika Waititi's Star Wars movie. Did he direct season 1's finale of The Mandalorian? I'd forgotten that. I know he was in it. He's currently working on Thor: Love and Thunder. So this isn't going to be anytime soon. Probably 4 or 5 years out before we hear anything real. It's described by Kennedy as fresh, unexpected and unique. This could be another Rian Johnson-like twist on Star Wars then. Taika Waititi stuff, I like it. A lot of people don't. I like his stuff. I'm not a big lover of Thor Ragnarok, but What We Do in the Shadows is incredible. Really enjoyed that and the quirkiness of it, and I think I can't see how you would fit his quirky style into Star Wars, but again, we'll see what comes out, news and things and trailers. Okay, so standouts for me, Lando definitely, as long as Donald Glover is included. I'm not. Yeah. If you get Dennis Lawson in, I could be interested in Rogue Squadron. I'm happy to wait for a trailer. Acolyte. A lot of this is show me more. Visions could be quite good. A different art style, that could be quite interesting. I'm probably still more interested in Obi-Wan, but slightly worried. There's nothing else. I mean, Rosario Dawson did a great job in Mandalorian as Ahsoka, so I can see that being quite interesting, and if they're pulling in Mandalorians more, and especially with Sabine, it'll be interesting to see what happened after Rebels. And, you know, post. This must be set around the same time as The Mandalorian then. I never really cared for Ezra Bridger, but yeah. If this is, surely it's gonna be Filoni's baby. So yeah, we'll see. Let's check out these trailers. Where are we? Okay, let's take a look at the sizzle reel for Andor. It's Yavin, right? No, it's Rogue One.
Everything I did for the rebellion.
Rogue One's good. I did enjoy it, but some of the characters I didn't love.
The oldest fans.
They definitely got the OT aesthetic perfect though.
Knowing that it was just one film. But then magic happens, right? As you can see, we're getting ready. We're building stages, we're rehearsing, we're training, we're trying costumes, we're doing everything to make sure we do the best show. I'm really excited having the chance to explore Cassian. It's really fun to go on a set that is emulating something you like so much.
The enormity of this is like doing
Cassian's
a big film.
Opening scene, the big scene in
the excitement is.
Space station, whatever it was on,
12 scripts,
was excellent. That was one of my favourite scenes in Rogue One, so that's good.
Over 6,000 crowd people, a lot of creatures that come in from the creature department.
We treat this exactly like we would a film. There is no difference in our approach.
Every creature.
They're obviously putting a lot of money into it.
Building has the same care, level of attention to detail as the previous films.
It's huge, it's thrilling, but also it's wonderfully challenging.
There's tons of possibilities to explore. It is the building of a revolution.
The only real bit of any interest was that was cool. That seems cool. Love the speeder bike. Yeah, sure. I'd watch it. I want to see a proper trailer. I want to kind of get an idea of the story that they're trying to tell. How close we are to Rogue One. Yeah. I do like Diego Luna. He was good. He gets a lot of people don't like Cassian because they didn't really do a lot with him, but I think there's a lot of potential there. The other one, Bad Batch. Let's give this a go. Clone Wars era just isn't an era that I care about as much as anything else. Not a big Clones fan.
There'll be reorganization
organized into the First Galactic Empire!
I'm guessing that was Fennec. So is this them fighting against the Empire then? Because there's something special about them as clones.
That was quite an impressive display.
That's just a way of keeping the Clone Wars feel alive, isn't it, really? Yeah. Still don't care. I don't care enough. Maybe I should go back and watch Clone Wars, because I did watch it on an old iPad many years ago. Probably not the best way to enjoy an animated thing like that. There's definitely some interesting stuff in there. Obi-Wan for me is the main one because it's a character that I absolutely love. But it's going to be a busy few years, and Disney Plus is obviously trying to keep the subscribers that they've been getting over The Mandalorian and a couple of other things. With this year and probably next year going to be a fair content drought because of the situation of everything that's gone on this year in the world. I don't know, show me more, sell it to me, and I might buy into it. Let's put it that way. But thank you very much for watching. We're going to do one on the Marvel announcements as well, and I'll touch on my feelings about the current state of the MCU. That'll be coming up soon. Yeah, interesting things coming. Hopefully something for all the Star Wars fans on every side of every argument. But thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.